Hi everyone, this is Hur Hassnain and I'm sending you this little message through this Corona campaign. Since the pandemic actually started at the beginning of this year, many evaluators and evaluation offices have been sharing the learning through their evaluations, or the way they adapted the ways they did evaluations. So before I start, I will say do have a look at some of the resources. And top of my list is the European Commission DEFCO's initiative called Eval Crisis, and do look at their the web page, the podcasts and blogs and etc. Do look at the Global Evaluation Initiative. And then also the reflections by the UNDP, which is done to support the developing countries in order for them to measure and achieve the UN SDGs. So since the pandemic actually started, there have been many challenges to evaluators, and the top of the list is access to the respondents of evaluations wherever it was needed. Like interviews, the focus group discussions, and etc. It couldn't be possible because of the mobility restrictions, because of the risk of spreading the virus, which made evaluation very difficult. And then also, besides that, since the pandemic was new and the context were very much fluid in nature, it was rapidly changing, nobody could predict what's gonna happen. It has been a challenging year for evaluation, but then there are a few tips that I have for you. Try to understand the context and make sure that the safety and security of the people engaged in evaluation, be them the evaluators themselves or the people who respond to evaluation, are safe. Try to look at the privacy procedures of different service providers, different mechanisms that you use to gather or store data, and then also make sure that you have the consent from people. They know that why is data being gathered and what you will do with the data, how they can access it, and when it will be destroyed, and etc. Try to find out other networks or agencies or the academia or think tanks who have done evaluations or have gathered data already, rather than reinventing the wheel. And remember, less is more in such context, so only go for information that is that you need to know rather than good to know. And the final thing is sharing is caring. So if you happen to do an evaluation or commission an evaluation, make sure you make a good dissemination plan. Make sure you disseminate it as wide as possible, so that others can also benefit from it. We saw that from the COVID-19 research, how important dissemination is. So if you go to that route, if you go for an evaluation, make sure you spread the knowledge as widely as possible. With this, I wish you all the best with all your evaluations, and I look forward to reading more and more effective pieces of the work and your dissemination of the knowledge generated. Take care and